Hey everybody, and welcome to Freelancers. I'm going to be covering 101 plus actual legitimate work from home jobs list with no startup fees. For the most part, you might find some of the job classifieds. But before going into too many details into 2020 about these different types of jobs that you can consider, I'm going to break down just the variations of the different types of jobs and things like that. So make sure to listen through the whole video, and then I will go over some of the different types of jobs and their opportunities and just kind of a rough amount of pay and things that you can kind of expect from these companies. So, of course, subscribe to the channel, comment below your experience in work from home jobs, and make sure to listen to the whole video here. We're going to hop in right here. That the first thing I wanted to essentially cover is what a call center is. Some of you may not be familiar. But as you can see, it's basically an office with a group of people, and you get put on the phone and you answer calls from help desks and things like that. It's not anything expansive, and some places pay better than other places. This is just one of the kind of more common jobs that you might experience, whether it's customer service or sales or things like that. The next one I wanted to kind of cover is a recruiter. Now, you generally would be recruiting someone to get them employed into a given job and things like that. Sometimes this requires a little bit of a sales experience, but it's kind of like a cold calling interview type of thing for different companies to basically outsource the recruiting process in a variation of cold calls to get back to people and get basics of information from them, things like that. The kind of recruiter jobs you might find online or for like referring people to a sales job or whatever, and you might get a commission off of that. Some places pay you on an hourly basis. And essentially, this next one I wanted to get into is a programmer. Obviously, programming requires a little bit of experience in regards to work from home type of jobs. Some basic entry level programming jobs that some people might be interested in. Obviously, you're going to get paid more than you would from some of these other jobs, but it's just a job that you might be willing to be considering. Then there's, of course, a virtual assistant. If you're not familiar with what a virtual assistant is essentially they're outsourced for managing various things, as this highlights through Google here, managing calendars, appointments, and emails. But they do a lot of varieties of other things too, from things like data entry and stuff like that. And they cover a wide variety, basically, of multitude of things. Some of them are paid more, some of them are paid less. It kind of depends on what virtual assistant stuff kind of stuff you're doing, and also depends on the country and things like that. Of course, the last thing I want to highlight with some of the websites on this list are they're going to be basically the equivalent of a job classified. I don't know if I really have to explain what a job classified is, but it's pretty common sense, and these are just all the different ones that I want. You are going to be coming through most of the list, and just a little bit of a breakdown here. And you can suggest your own, and I'll add them to the list. You can suggest them in the comments below, or comment on the post that I'll be linking to in the description. And some pay, but are easier to get into. Ranking system with the $1 sign, but better pay, but harder to get into. Average to good pay with $3 signs, $4 signs for good money, but very hard to get into. And then up to good money or great money. Now for the job classifieds, obviously that can range quite a lot. And then I just do a little bit of a breakdown here of things to note. It's just expired links and things like that. I'm not going to actively keep track of this on a day-to-day basis, but I'll try to update it on maybe a once or twice a month. So make sure to check back often with that. As you can see here, you got live ops. Live ops, if you're not familiar, is a call center. They've been around for quite a while. I don't know, some of you may be familiar. A little bit hard to get into. Some require you buy specific headwear and things like that for call center. Obviously, going to be calling people, so they want good quality and they want not too much background noise, and they want you to have a fairly consistent internet speed. Requirements differ from company to company. Live Ops is no different, but they are a trusted and legitimate company. Whether the pay is worth it to you, that's kind of up to you. And then you got Amazon Jobs Online. It's kind of a directory. search engine type of thing, so I'm not going to go too much detail into that. Then you got another call center. Then, of course, you can go through common companies that you might not be aware of that do outsourcing work with Dell and IBM that you might be familiar with. Even government people do these like loans and grants talking and stuff. And obviously, that's a job that a lot of them might be doing from home. You got Humana and you got Aetna, which you might be familiar with, Intuit, you might be familiar with. And then you get a little bit into these educational ones, and some of them do tutoring work, some of them do sales, some of them do recruiting, things like that. Kaplan and Kelly Services is so on and so forth. Cactus Communications, job search engine, WeStat, data processing, phone test, virtual assistant, covered all that at the beginning of the video. And you got Salesforce, pretty much call center, virtual assistant type of work. Paraxel, project management, kind of similar to virtual assistant, and some technical writing involved as well. You don't get a lot of these places that look for writing in particular, at least not from these work from home jobs. These are meant as more of like a salaried continual basis job. So that's what this list is going to be. But in my YouTube channel, I cover other types of more like supplemental on the side income jobs you can do, and apps and websites you can check out that pay you in 2020. And you got SAP here, another call center. Got Xerox, which actually does work from home type of stuff, data entry, call center stuff. First Data, call center. Oracle, call center. SSE International, call center. Place for Mom, the sales call center. Another call center type of job. Dell, again, sales, programming, customer service. World Travel Holdings, kind of a little bit different. It's like a travel company, sales, customer service. It's kind of like a more straight call, you like a vacation today kind of thing. ADP, once again, sales, customer service. And as you can see here, University of Maryland, University College, college websites a lot of people don't think to look at, but some do. Work from home jobs. If you're in the area or in the state or even in the United States, you kind of can get connected to these kind of colleges and might be able to get an opportunity with them for a job for call center sales or what have you, or at least offset your college bill if you go to college and you're looking for the work from home kind of coinciding. So if you go to college and you can just call your local college, might be better off than contacting this specific one. Then you got Allergen, you got K-12, sales and call center work. Going on down and down. As you can see, a lot of these are sales, call center type of stuff, data entry. Not that exciting, but that's pretty much what you're going to get when you're doing a work from home job. So sales, virtual assistant, things like that. The list goes on and on and on here. There isn't a whole lot of difference between the type of work that you're going to get. Now, there's medical billing coding, but that might require some experience. That's basically the equivalent of data entry again. You got more programming, data entry. I'm not going to go through all of these here, but I just wanted to give you an idea that there's a variety of different ones. Some of them pay more than others, obviously. You're looking at minimum wage to 20 to 30 an hour, maybe even more than that. But your averages can differ. For the sales jobs, obviously, you can maybe get paid the hourly plus the commissions for a sale, depending on what you're pushing. But if you want to check out these, as you can see here, customer service, there's even some tutoring related work and things like that, which I'm going to get to here in a second. I'm going to try to point out the new unique ones here. Kind of a data entry analyst, that's another one that you could be considering for into 2020. You know, so on and so forth. You got American Heart Association, you got BMC Software, says customer service. They do some programming work as well. I didn't list it here. You got the Erie Insurance Group. These are also, keep in mind that these are all that I double checked within the last month or two. So these are at least active as of 2020. In the early year, you got Achieve Test Prep, which is customer service, call center, appointment setting. That's pretty common in data entry. You got World Pay, you got Data Stacks, or data entry, call center, more call center. You got another government-related jobs. You can even check out U.S. government's website for a lot of kind of work from home. Not all of them are work from home, but some of them are. 1-800-Flowers, but you can check in the variations of 1-800-Flowers and other companies like it that might be hiring. And then some of the more unique ones that I didn't really highlight, but I kept towards the end here. You got Cambly, which is tutoring. You get paid to tutor. You don't need experience for it. I have a whole video on that you could check out on my channel, which I will link you guys to. And then you got rev.com, which is also a unique one. And then there's other ones like Transcribe Me, and they pay for transcription work. You type. What you hear from the voices, it's pretty straightforward. And then I kind of like to resource share from work from home jobs if you want to check that out. But essentially, there's a lot of work from home jobs out there. Uh, if they're promising you to, a couple $100 an hour or something like that, you're probably sniffing out the wrong place. You're not going to find any jobs really beyond the 30 to 50 hour an hour point, and even those are hard to find in regards to, the standard work from home employment and staying home. And, you want to find a job that, is more realistic to what you'd expect at, at a day job in regards to an hourly rate. These are work from home jobs, but they still follow the same premise as if you were from working from in person. So you're not going to expect significantly bigger rates. Obviously, the more work experience you have in a specific field, the more qualified you'll be, and the more likely they are willing to pay you. The longer you are with the company, the more willing they are to pay you. I cover in another video just a different breakdown of all the different types of work from home jobs that you can consider. Just like, not like a list, but like the concepts of things that you might not think of that people are interested in paying you for while you stay at home and you work. If you like this video, I will be covering a lot of different things from work from home jobs, apps that pay on your phone. You got websites just like this, but more just standard supplementals and things like that. You can also check out the blog here, and I will link to the website as well as the different blog entries. I even have